Have you ever noticed your campervan's pump pulsing when you're not running any water? Or a little trickle in your Thetford toilet bowl when you're not using the loo? That could be a sign that there's a problem with your toilet valve. In today's video, I had that problem and we're going to try and fix it. Stick around, because this simple repair could save you water, battery power and a lot of frustration on your next trip. Let's get on with it. Before we get started, I'm sharing my experience with my own campervan. Your campervan, motorhome or caravan may need a different approach, and what I've done with mine might not be right with yours. Any modification can affect your warranty, your insurance, the resale value of your leisure vehicle, safety and even legal compliance. So please check all of that before considering making any changes. Do your research, stay safe and make sure it's the right choice for your setup. So what's actually happened is the solenoid valve has started to let a little dribble of water come through when it's actually closed, so when you've not got the button pressed to flush the toilet. And it's just a little dribble, but it's enough to kind of constantly be running, and basically it causes the pump to depressurise, so the pump kicks in. So that's annoying, especially on a night if you're trying to sleep. What I think's actually happened is you've got a little bit of a lime scale build up on the valve. So when it's opening and closing, it's been in use now for about 4 years, and certainly the water around here, we do have quite a bit of lime scale in. So I think just a little bit of lime scale's built up, so it's not quite closing. There's just a fraction of a millimetre that's causing that little bit of water flow. Now let's dive in. The first thing we need to do is remove the cassette. The part we're going to be replacing is this 90717. Do check yours, as I found to my cost there are two types. There's one with a straight valve and there's one at a right angle. I'd ordered the straight valve and then found I needed the right angle one, so I had to reorder it. This is the correct part for my van and it cost me just over £50. You can pay a lot more. I had to shop around to get that price as well. And if you're wondering why I'm standing a little bit crooked, I've hurt my back and it's nothing to do with the price I paid. Let's get on and take a look at the job. Don't forget to disconnect the power as well and turn off the pump, of course, before doing any work on the water system. Oh, hello. This is the part we're going to be replacing just here. That's the solenoid valve, and we're actually going to disconnect this pipe, which is the cold water inlet. Comes round along here, feeds into there. We're going to remove this bracket as well. The other side of the valve there, we've got the outlet which feeds along and around to the bowl. And as the part we're going to replace, we also need to disconnect the wiring. First thing I'm going to do is going to use a screwdriver. I use an electric one because I'm lazy, in reverse, and just take this screw out. And just pull the solenoid valve out there, makes it a little bit easier. I'm going to disconnect the cables. So the brown one's at the top and the blue one's at the bottom. It probably doesn't matter which way around they go with it being a solenoid valve, but we'll make sure we put them back in the same way as we took them off. There we go, that's those disconnected. Should be able to get in now. Hopefully that's loosened it enough. Got a few drips of water there, just going to mop that up with a cloth. That's that pipe disconnected. Ready for the new one. Now I'll just disconnect off this pipe. This one's not so keen on coming off. Just going to get the heat gun. I'm going to warm it up a little bit to see if that makes it easier to come off. Grab the power station and the little heat gun. Let's see if we can get this off. I'm going to cut a new end. That's not coming off very easily, is it? Put it as closely as we can to the edge there. Do let us know in the comments if there's an easier way of getting that off. Normally that works with heating it up, but it seems really wedged. cut that off a little bit cleaner, as when cutting it off when it was attached to the pump, it wasn't so good, was it? Clean that up. So that should be good now. Take the new solenoid out of the packet. Got a little clip here that goes on there. Given that the leak wasn't on this side of it, I'm just going to take this one off and use the one that's already on and keep this as a spare. So we'll let's check that. Yes, we've got the washer on. That good push in. Tighten that up. And then I'm going to pop it over the pipe now. I noticed there wasn't one on, probably should have been as well, but we'll get this popped on. Hopefully then it stops any other leaks happening the other side of the solenoid valve. Let's move that a little bit further back down the pipe there. And I think we need a cup of hot water to loosen that up a little bit. Right then, let's dunk it in the hot water without scalding myself. Let's try and get it in now. That made light work of it. Definitely a tip there. Dunk it in some hot water, being very careful not to scald yourself. Let's move the clip down now. So the cable's connected. When we refit it, we just need to make sure it's aligned up like this. Clip that back in, and then we'll put the bracket on. So there we have it. There's the replacement solenoid fitted. A little bit fiddly at times, but relatively straightforward. Next, I think we better test it to make sure it doesn't leak, don't you? And then we can confirm, job done if it doesn't leak. Let's get on with that. Turn the pump on. There doesn't seem to be any leaks, which is good. We'll give it a go. I'm going to pop the cassette back in and then check it afterwards. Everything seems to be good there. So that's it. A brand new solenoid valve installed and no more leaks or pumps pulsing. If you found the video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help the channel. Subscribe for more tips and adventures. Got any questions or suggestions or anything you would have done different? Please pop it in the comments. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it useful, and I will catch you for the next bit. Bye.